Heidi, how are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
We're here to talk about a very big event that's coming up. First off, let's talk about the Advocates in your program.
So the Advocates' overall mission is to help people of all ages to build and maintain healthy relationships. And tonight, the Advocates are super excited to bring Dr. Dorothy Edwards, who's the founder of Green Dot. She'll be speaking to our community tonight at the Liberty Theater at 5:30. Green Dot is a program that the Advocates have been implementing all over the community for the past 2 years in the local schools as well as the community at large. We have Dorothy here right now to talk a little bit about Green Dot and what to expect tonight.
All right, well, come on up and join us. Dorothy, you're looking awful cash back there. Yeah, you traveled from clear across the coast to get here, and welcome to our area.
Thank you so much. I must say it's so much more beautiful than the D.C. area.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're fun. I mean, we actually are not as wound up as tight. You know what I'm saying? So you're in town tonight, and first off, tell us a little bit about you and what we can expect tonight.
Okay. My sole mission in life is to reduce the number of people who experience domestic violence and sexual assault. And we have, I think one of the biggest things we're struggling with right now in that effort is people have been hearing about this issue forever. Mm-hmm. People have been hearing the numbers, 1 in 4, 1 in 5, it's in the headlines all the time. And I think so much so that people get desensitized, number one, and number two, get a little bit kind of resigned to it. Like, what can I do? I've heard about this forever. This can't really change. And what folks can expect tonight is me to challenge that assumption. The reality is this can be changed. The reality is there is no reason. The current rates of violence are inevitable. And so I'm going to kind of lay out really my argument, my vision of how this can be done. And kind of a sneak preview is think about Facebook. Like, that's my big example of how the world can change. Because all of us, remember a world without Facebook. And now we're living in a world where social media dominates. And I look at that and I go, well, how did that happen? And most people, you ask that and people say, well, Mark Zuckerberg, he created this thing. Mm-hmm. But Mark Zuckerberg didn't actually change the world. The world didn't change until a whole bunch of us, me and you and our kids and our neighbor, a whole bunch of individuals, each took literally 2 or 3 minutes to open an account. And then each day we take 14 seconds to hit like or to share or to comment. And it's the sum total of all of those single little choices. We didn't all have to become Mark Zuckerberg. All we had to do is say, I'm going to do my little tiny piece. And this is the same. Tonight I'm not going to talk about how everyone has to change their whole life and they have to start volunteering at the Advocates and they got to do this big thing. I'm going to talk about, how you were a part of changing the world with Facebook? This is the same thing. What are small, manageable things we can each do each day that would accumulate to a world where less of our daughters and our sons are experiencing this kind of violence?
And because I'm a big sports fan, and so obviously that is at the forefront. We're talking more about domestic violence and violence against our partners. Then we're talking about the game right now, which is a good thing.
You bet.
And all of a sudden, this thing has just bubbled to the top, and everybody, you might have poop-hawed it in the past and go, well, what can I do? But now...
You betcha. And that, in and of itself, makes my point. Because we're talking in the last just 2 or 3 or 5 years, very similar things have happened and made headlines, and nothing's changed, right? But over the last couple of years, little by little, enough individuals. So you think this Ray Rice thing would have gone down if there were 9 people that worked at places like the Advocates that were doing their regular screaming and yelling? No, it wouldn't have. The reason that's going down, the reason the world is changing and the NFL is being transformed is because a whole lot of individuals are each raising their voice, right?
Yeah.
And so we're living through evidence that this can change. This didn't used to be a big deal. Now Ray Rice is a big deal.
Yeah.
The world is changing, and we can be a part of it.
So the bottom line of, for people who might be kind of on the fence going, okay, this kind of sounds good. If you're going to say 1 or 2 things that would convince me I cannot miss this event tonight, What would that be? Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it does. For the investment, number one, I don't know if you can tell it over the radio, but I'm an awesome speaker, so it'll just be good entertainment. I'm funny, I'm high energy, but more importantly, for an investment of an hour, what I know because of the numbers is that just about everyone in this listening area knows someone or themselves have experienced this issue. So this issue is relevant to everyone. And for an investment of just an hour, I promise you, I'm going to change how you think about this, and I'm going to put in realistic, manageable tools in your hand that you can walk away saying, even if I never went to another training again, I feel like there are things I can do to be a part of the solution.
I saw a deal the other day where they were talking about all the hazing that's going on in colleges right now.
You bet.
And, I mean, everything that we grew up and accepted as normal is now within a 20-year span, it's gone full circle.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, So it's, yeah. And it's weird because you just kind of go, okay, how do I fit in? How do I change what's been ingrained in my thought for so long? And
you bet.
It can be done, though.
Yep.
You just have to align yourself with the right people. Seek out people like yourself.
Right.
I mean, just what little bit we've got to visit here, it's like, okay, ping, I'm interested.
Right.
I mean, you seem like a very dynamic speaker and very passionate about what you're doing, your mission. So,
and the reality is, no matter where we are, whether we're on a university campus with hazing, or we're in the NFL with a Ray Rice situation, or if we're here in this town, in any given moment, the vast majority of people are not committing violence. And so the numbers are on our side.
Yeah.
It's not like, what do we do? There's 9 of us against 8 million people. It's the other way.
Right.
There's actually very few people that are harming others.
Yeah.
And so all that stands between us and stopping this is mobilizing, is taking kind of our passive agreement that this isn't okay and putting it into action. This is ours to take, man. It's a matter of will. We're going to do this.
wow. Thank you. You just got a little taste of what you're going to get tonight. Dr. Edwards, she's speaking at the Liberty Theater tonight at 5:30. And also speaking at two students at Wood River High School and the community school, too. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, if I wasn't so scared of high school students.
Hey, don't fear the students. Come on. They're just looking for somebody that somebody who's real.
Yeah.
So, if you're gonna step into their territory, have some sort of idea of a gauge of, okay, this is I can communicate with you guys. Come on, I'm cool, I'm hip, I'm relatable, and don't talk down to them.
Right.
Yeah, I'm great at giving advice.
Yeah, they're going to be a part of this. They're going to be an essential part of it for sure.
Well, and Heidi, the advocates, hats off to you guys for bringing the doctor in and presenting and keeping this at the forefront. I know you guys are very active in the community, and hats off to you for that.
Thank you. It's been something we've been looking forward to this past year, so we really hope to fill the theater tonight.
All right. If you want to find out more, go to theadvocatesorg.org.
Yep, org.org.
Org.org, theadvocatesorg.org. Or to learn more, go to livethegreen.com. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. It is 9:35.
Thank you. You're recording now.
I have to turn it off. No, this one.